how is Java surviving? What is the future of Java? Okay, like not only in Java is being used in the small sectors, even in the large sectors like Netflix, Google, and all those things. In many of their applications, just give me a minute. Yeah, in many of their in many of the big sectors as well, like Java is being still used. Okay, so like we'll see like what is a Java first of all. Okay, and then we'll see what are the features of Java and what will be the future with Java. Okay. So first, something is called as an in Java. When you talk about Java, the first thing that comes into your mind is something called OOPS concepts. Okay, OOPS in the sense it is nothing but object-oriented programming. Okay, we'll see what is this object-oriented programming. Prior to that, we'll make some quick introduction of ourselves. Yeah, myself Shubhash A, and I'll be your trainer for this OOPS with Java course. And I have like 2 years of professional experience and 1 year of 1 year of teaching experience, and which teaching experience which includes all the set of languages like Python, Java, Node.js, and C, the basic languages, even C. And my hobbies are like I spend most of my time in front of my laptop, browsing through different technologies and browsing through different tools and all those things. Yeah, this is regarding me. Like, you can introduce yourself. Hello, Shubham. Shubham, Syed, you can please introduce yourself. Hello.
Yeah, I'm Syed Ismail, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Andhra Pradesh, Bapatla district,
Okay.
and I have completed my mechanical engineering bachelor degree.
Okay.
So, like my hobbies are reading books, like generally motivational books like that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, like yes, like briefly, this is my.
Okay. Fine. Currently, are you working, Syed?
Sir, I got offer letter from Wipro and Capgemini, sir, but like waiting for joining. They're
Okay. Okay.
not when.
Okay. Okay. Like, when did you pass out of your degree?
Yeah, this year only, sir.
Okay, this
2022.
year. Okay. Okay. Then it's fine. Okay. Okay. I thought like there was some kind of gap or something. Okay. Then it's good. Cool. Fine. Yeah. Yeah, Shubham, it's your turn now. Can you just make a quick introduction?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
hello.
audible.
Yeah, myself Surendra Sukarma. I'm done my BTech from Bir Bahadur University, Jaipur in
Okay.
2021, and my
Okay.
hobbies is reading book and traveling, like that.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm currently working in Publicis Sapient.
Sorry, currently working at?
In Publicis Sapient,
Okay, okay, cool.
yeah. So, thank
Okay,
you.
fine. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks for your introduction. Okay, like do you guys have no knowledge regarding any technical coding and nothing, right? Both of you?
No, no, sir, I know Java.
Like
Okay,
little
you
Java, right? Basics of Java. Like,
cool, cool. That's cool. Okay, fine. So in this course, we'll not be only learning Java basics, okay? We'll be learning bit intermediate as well. Like, in which all fields the Java might be useful, in which all fields it can be improved and all those things. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's start with the our course. So first thing is like in order to understand like what is the main difference between, like, there are many other languages as well, like C and C++ and Java. These were the three trendsetters at one point of time. Okay. Like, if first the C came and C had some interesting features, and then came C++. The C++ upgrade was upgraded version of C. Like, it included some of the concepts where in C there were both. Just a minute. Yes, let me connect to my touchpad. Okay, fine. S- Okay, there were like C, C++, and Java. As I told, these were the three trendsetters from 2000 to around like 2015 or something. Like, only these three languages were in picture and most of them were even preferring the most highest strength setup, which was Java. Okay, and the Java included many set of features like something called oops concept, and which C and C++ doesn't possess. Like in C++, oops concept was included, but not in total. Okay, so C++ supports both something called as procedure oriented languages, oriented programming, where in case of as well as with oops, not much. Okay, like only some part of programming can be done in oops. Okay, so first, what is procedure oriented and what is oops, we'll see. Okay, first thing is coming to procedure oriented. It means that when your program consists of something called functions, okay, when your program consists of functions, and when the code will go from code execution will go from top to bottom, and the function call can happen anytime. Any function can call other function in that way. Okay, these kind of programming where the program execution goes line by line in some kind of a procedure, is that concept is called as procedure oriented programming. Okay, so coming to the oops, it is totally different. Okay, in case of oops is like it is an upgraded version of POP. Okay, procedure oriented programming, it's an upgraded version of POP. Okay, so let me give you a small example like how oops is better than procedure POP, procedure oriented programming. Okay, now let's consider like in other languages, if you have an idea regarding C and C++, in other languages, will just be writing, creating functions, and we'll be creating global variables. Okay, there are something called global variables, and you'll be creating even functions as well. So what used to happen, like when there is some kind of a situation like where there's a global variable called A. Okay, and this A variable must be used only by a specific function called hello. Only a specific function hello has to use the A, and no other function should have an access, not even able to change the variable a global variable A. But in other languages like C and C++, what used to happen, since they were declared in a global way, and all functions were also declared globally, all functions were able to access the global variable and even change them. Okay, they were able to change them. So because of this, what happened, like it became kind of a loophole for hackers. Okay, if the same concept is implemented in our normal login applications. Okay, in normal login applications, basically when you say think of a login scenario, like they will be using a flag, and if the flag is set to 1, it means the login is successful, otherwise 0 if the login is not successful. So what used to happen, this flag they used to keep it as globally. Okay, so what used to happen, the hackers could easily get into the this variable, and they could easily change the variable status. Okay, so this this is some kind of a security breach or something. Okay, so in order to avoid these kind of situations, like not only this is one of the example I gave. Okay, along with that, there are many other disadvantages with respect to POP. Okay, that is why oops came into picture. In hoops, how they started handling is that, just a minute. Okay, in oops, how they started handling is that they started using something called objects. Okay, so every program will have a set of objects. Okay, so these objects, what they did was like, instead of creating, instead of giving, I mean like placing the global variables and the function which is using that global variable, instead of making it global, okay, what we will do is we'll create one small kind of a container, and in this container we'll add all the variables and all the dependent functions, I mean which all the functions which are using that variables, and we'll just add all those functions and variables into this container, and we'll close this container. So if any outside function has to access this container, then they'll not have a direct access. Okay, they have to get something called as object. They have to create something called an object of the class, and then only using the object they'll be able to access the class attributes, which will be the variables and functions. In order to change this variable, they have to get the proper access. Okay, since the access is not possible unless and until you create an object, it used to be some kind of a secure. Okay. So in this way, they started handling the security breaches or the security issues with respect to C and C++. Okay. Any doubts till now?
Yeah, no, sir.
Okay, understood, right? Like, what is the main difference between POP and OOPS?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, POP versus OOPS. Okay, fine. So in Java, they didn't even there's no such something called POP concept at all. In Java, it is totally OOPS itself. Okay, they want it to be a most secure thing. So that is why they upgraded it to something called OOPS, and even till now it follows the OOPS concept only. And day by day they are trying to improve and fix the more of the security issues in Java. Okay, so coming to the way, I mean, like introduction in this, as I told, in this course you will be learning like how to create not only the normal software applications. Along with that, there'll be some other sectors like you'll be learning like creating a web application or Android development and all those things. I mean, after this particular course, you can you can proceed to those kind of streams. Okay, so first we'll see why is Java important. Okay, why not some other language? Why Java? Okay, as I told, right, in one kind of an era, they used to list the programming language in this format where C, C++, and Java, and then came all that Python and all those things. Okay, so as I told, compared to other languages like C and C++, Java is much more secure and it is more portable. Okay, it is more portable in the sense that once you compile the Java code in Windows platform, you can run it on the uh, if you run it on the Windows platform, you can even run it on the Linux platform, or you can run it on Mac OS or somewhere. Okay, that is the one of the advantage where Java, it was been introduced with Java and it is being used till now by other languages like Python, Ruby, and all those languages. Okay, this was introduced, this feature, something called portability to run on multiple platforms after the compilation, was provided by Java, and it is used by Python, Ruby, and many of the programming languages still till the date. Okay, compared to, I mean, like in C and C++, that was not possible. Okay, and one more important thing why Java was so famous at that particular point of time is that it at that particular time World Wide Web WWW became very famous. Okay, so what happened, like everyone started creating an applications, okay, a Java applications which would use to interact with the World Wide Web, which is nothing but internet, and used to fetch the data, and they used to deal with internet basically using Java. Okay, so because of these two reasons, Java became some kind of a boom between 2000, around, I think 2005, I guess, from 2005 to 2015. Then came into other languages like uh, there were even some set of languages in between Java and Python and Node.js and all those things, but they were not so famous. Okay, so there is some kind of an time where Java was very famous. Even now, Java, I'm not telling that Java is totally gone or something. Okay, Java is totally yeah, I mean, like it's very low usage or something. Okay, even today it is being used and it will be used. Okay, in future also, because what happened, like previous to this, like let's talk into some history, and then I'll tell you why it is, how it is still surviving. Okay, so first thing is that coming to the history, it was introduced by James Gosling under the organization called Sun Microsystems. Okay, if you observe carefully, can you tell me like what is the symbol of Java? Syed, Shubham,
But
Shubham,
Teacup, sir. Teacup, like teacup.
yes,
teacup, yeah, a teacup, right? So they, I mean, like when some Sun Mic, I mean, like why teacup? Any idea? Okay, fine. I'll tell. Like their organization was Sun Microsystems. Okay, they even their symbol used to be some kind of a sun or something. Okay, Sun Microsystems. So what they did was like they thought they will dedicate this particular programming language for our organization. So that is why like when you wake up in, I mean, like when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you'll be seeing is sun and a teacup. Okay, that is why they just, I mean, like even first when they introduced Java, it used to be some other logo. Okay, and initially it was some other logo, and in the later editions they changed it to a teacup, performing some kind of an dedication or some kind of dedicating it to their organization. Okay, just a small fact. And the co-founder was Vinod Koshla. And coming to the, as I told, like it was introduced in very, very long back, which is 1995, and after 1995, many editions came into picture. Okay, and what? Sorry, yeah, many editions came into picture, like from 1996 to 2011. But what happened? What used to happen was like in 2011. Okay, after you can see the gap between these two things, the editions, it was released in every 2 years. Okay, can see every release is either maximum 1 or 2 years, but between Java SC6 and Java SC7 there is around like 4 years of gap or something. Okay, so what happened was like after 2011, like their company, I mean like Java started falling down. So later what happened, Oracle bought Java, I mean like bought the Java patent, and they started developing it. Now, if you see, Java is been like they are trying to release Java in every, I mean like 2 months. Okay, every 2 to 3 months they are making one kind of a release. Oracle. So what is they're trying to tell is that Java is not getting explicited. Okay, it is not depleting. It will be rising in some other day, and it will be surviving. Okay, so there is no doubt that you should think like the Java is gone or something. Okay, it will come. I mean like they will upgrade the Java in much more. With much more features, and you'll be able to use Java. They'll be able to use Java in future as well. Okay. Now coming to the Java editions, there are like few set of editions. Okay, something called the standard edition, micro edition, and enterprise edition. Like most of the cases, if you're like a small sectors, then you'll be using and when you want to deal with some web development or something, you'll be using something called standard edition. Or otherwise, if you are using for any mobile applications or some kind of an networking or something, you'll be using micro edition. Or if you are using a very a large enterprise or something, then you'll be using an enterprise edition. So this is not so useful. So as I told, the first thing that comes into mind when you talk about Java is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming, I think, as I explained, like everything in Java is an object. Okay, and the Java and the object consists of something called as attributes. Attributes means a data. Okay, the variables and the functions that you create, that you assign to a class. Okay, variables and functions that you assign to a class. It consists of these two things. Okay, so that is why like when you want to do anything in Java, then the first thing that comes into mind is that you have to create an object, because everything in uh, Java is object. Okay. Now coming to the next point, which is something called write once and run anywhere. This is what I told, portability. Okay. This is called portability. Okay. Like as I told that, let me show you one thing here. So let me create a new file, an empty Java file. I'll not be writing any program right now. I'll be just showing you like how you can use this particular, as I told, right? Like you can use the compiled file of a Linux version into Windows or something. Okay. So if I run this one, let me create a first a Java file, a simple Java file. Main.java. Okay. And let's try to edit this one. Okay. And one more thing is that there are a few set of rules. Okay, like the function name, class name, and the class which consists of the main method should have the same class name as the class name should be same as the file name. So you should make sure that those things are happen. I mean, like we'll be learning regarding those rules in some time. Okay, like when you start with the course. So let me print hello world here, and okay, let me compile this. Okay, there are two main commands. Okay, to run the Java file. One thing is you can see there is the, where is main.java? Yeah, here you can see there is a main.java file. So as I told, there are two commands. One is to compile the Java file, and after that, one is to execute the compiled file. So what will happen? There's a command called Java C. So what it will do, it will compile the main.java file. So after you can see after you run this particular command, a new dot class file will be created, main dot class. So using this main dot class, you will be able to run it on any platform you want. For example, so let me run this. In order to run this particular class file, all you have to do is you have to just write java.main. You can see hello world is getting printed. So what I will do, I will try to take the same file. Okay, instead of taking the main source code file. Okay, let me show you. Wait. This is an Java file. So you can see like it is not, you cannot view the file. Okay, you cannot open, or you cannot do anything. Let me, okay, it's not a viewable file. It is just an executable file, which is in some kind of an binary format. So what I'll do, I executed this particular main.class in Linux edition. This is Linux. Okay, so I'll just copy the same thing. I'll just copy the same thing to the Windows edition, and I'll show you in the Windows as well. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me move this one to window. Okay, the desktop. Show. Okay, there is a main.class file. So let me copy this main.class file to my local machine, to the Windows machine. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, here you can see this is my main.class file that I have removed. Let me paste it in some other place, which is let me add it to downloads here. Okay, so here is a main.class file. So let me quickly open CMD and try the same command here. Okay, I'll not be compiling it again. I already have the compiled file here. So let me quickly redirect to this particular path and let me type it. Okay, CD downloads. Okay, ls is not a command. This is not Windows. Okay, so what I'll do, Java is already installed here. So what I'll do, I'll not run Java C command again. I'll just write Java main. Okay, I think some installation error with Java. Okay, just give me a minute. The chain error, please install. Okay, I think some installation with respect to Java. Just give me a minute. Let me show you another platform. This is like an small IDE where you will be able to install all the, I mean, like where you're able to upload all your files and you'll be able to get it. Let me delete this main.java file. And after that, let me upload the file here. Upload a file, and it was in downloads and main.class file. Yes, I'll overwrite the file. So if I go to shell and if I see, you can see there's a main.class file. So here I'll not be compiling it again. I'll be just writing main. Can you see? You're able to view the same. Basically I compiled it in some other Linux version, and I've been running it on some. I think this is Windows version, I guess. So you can see just using the bytecode. Okay, this intermediary class file, as I told, right? Using this particular file, you can able to just, instead of compiling it again, you can just run it on several other platforms. That is a main advantage with respect to portability, and that is being used by many platforms nowadays. Okay, that is what write once, run anywhere platform mean. Run anywhere feature means. Okay, once you compile it, you can run it on anywhere. You don't need to share any source code with them. Okay, so, and it was basically, as I told, it was basically introduced for web development as well as for designed for web development and internet-based applications, and it was widely used. Okay, so coming to the characteristics of the Java, like there are a few set of characteristics. It is very simple. Okay, the code is not so complex for you to understand or something. Okay, it's very simple. And coming to the object oriented thing, as I already explained, that everything in a Java is an object. So without object, you cannot do anything. Okay. So unless and until you create an object of the main class, you'll not be able to even touch the functions or classes inside it. Okay. So something called Java is distributed and it is even interpreted. Okay. Interpreted means reading the code line by line and passing it to the computer. And it is robust, like it will never fail. Okay. Fail in the sense it will never hang or something. Okay. Unless and until you make a mistake. Okay. And Java is neutral, architectural neutral. As I told, architectural neutral means, let me show you one slide here. This is the concept where architectural neutral means you can, once you execute the Java file, okay, once you execute the .java file using the javac command, which is javac compiler, a bytecode called class will be generated. Using that class, you can run on any edition or any operating system. Okay. So this is what architectural neutral means. Now coming to portability, as I already explained, both are same. Like portability, like ability to run on many things in such a way. Okay. And coming to the Java's performance, it's really Java's performance is really good. And coming to the multi-threading concept, and even this feature was introduced in Java only. There, coming to the if you, I don't know whether you have an idea of multi-threading or not. Syed and Shubham, do you have an idea what is multi-threading?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I'll explain what is multi-threading in a simple way. Uh, okay, let's take in some kind of an example. Okay, so in your operating system, let's take the operating system example only. Sorry. Okay. So multi-threading means like consider there are a few set of applications. Okay, like there is something called addition operations. Let's take operations. There is an addition operation, and after that one is quadratic equation or something. Some to calculate some quadratic. After the square root, and after that to perform the square or cube, to calculate the area, to calculate the perimeter, to calculate the GCD of two numbers, factorial. In this way, like consider there are few set of programs. Okay, these are the few set of programs. So what will happen, like in Java, okay, like even if you observe in your CPU, when you are purchasing any CPU, they'll ask you whether it is a single threaded or multi-threaded CPU. There will be mentioned whether it is single threaded or multi-threaded. Single threaded means there is only one single thread inside the CPU, which means that only one operation can be handled at a time. Okay, for example, if first one thing, consider that the addition was fed into the CPU. So unless and until addition operation is performed, next operation cannot be performed. Okay, first the addition operation has to be completed, and only after that quadratic equation operation has to will be executed. So because of single threaded, what will happen is like your performance will be very like it will be like okay or very low. Okay, multiple or parallel execution will not happen. Okay, that is why like even when you purchase an CPU or when you purchase a processor, not even CPU is important, processor. When you are purchasing a processor, you need to check whether it is a multi-threaded processor or not. Okay, multi-threaded means instead of providing a single thread, what it does is in CPU, okay, in CPU or processor, there will be multiple threads. Okay, there will be multiple threads where what will happen by using multiple thread. For example, if there are these kind of a very big list of processes to execute, what you can do, for each and every thread, you can assign one operation. For example, for addition can be assigned to the first one, next quadratic equation will be assigned to the second one, sorry, and next square root will be assigned to the third one, and next square will be assigned to fourth one, and cube, and then perimeter. For each and every thread inside a CPU, a particular process can be provided, where multiple threads will be executed at the same time, providing you some kind of an a feel like multiple parallel processing, where each process will be executed parallelly. Okay, that is what multi-threaded means. Okay, even this multi-threaded feature is not there in C language or C++. It was introduced in it was introduced in Java, where you can use I mean, like in previous to this, like even in C and C++, even if your CPU is of multi-threaded, it used to use only one thread at a time. But in case of Java, it started using the advantage of multi-threading, and it started improving the performance of your processor by executing parallelly at the same time. This is what multi-threading means. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Sayed and Shubham, have you
Yes.
understood what is
Yes, yes,
multi-threaded,
sir. Yes, sir.
or shall I explain again?
No, it's clear,
Hello?
sir.
Understood.
Hello?
We understood, sir. We understood, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm unable to hear.
Yeah, we
Sorry, sorry.
understood, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Like my audio was on mute. Sorry. My fault. Okay, fine. This is the process as I told, right? Like write once and run anywhere. Once you write the Java program, compile it, and this will create a generate dot class file, and you can run it on any other platforms. Okay. So we'll just not do this. I mean, we'll compare this Java with C and other languages in future classes. And we had even seen like how to execute a normal file, a hello world program. Okay, the first thing is when you write a Python, not Python, sorry, Java program. Like the first thing is that, as I told, everything is an object. Okay, so along with objects, a class has to be created, and as I told, a container, right? A container has to be created, and inside the container, you need to add all the variables and functions which are using that variable, and only then it is secure. In the similar way, here the class is that container. Class is that container where under the class you can see under the class all the functions and all the variables will be created, and unless and until you create an object from outside, the outside function will not be able to access the inner content. Okay, so coming to a normal program, let's write a normal program in Java. So let me take a new file here. So let's take the new file called sample.java. So inside sample.java, let's try printing my name or something. Okay, the first thing that should do is, as I told, you need to create an class because we need to make it secure. So we'll be writing public class, or you can just write class as well. Even public specifier is not required. You can just write class. And as I told, in Java there are specific set of rules. Okay, that the class name and the class in which main method is there, that particular class name and the file name should be same. So I'll be just using the same file name here, and inside the class name I'll be using, okay, body tag. Okay, body is not specified, that's why. Okay, inside the body tag, in order, as I told, every function class, okay, it should have some kind of a main function. For example, if you consider if you take a C language, in C language there'll be a main function, and inside the main function, I mean, like the program execution will start at the main function only. Even here in Java there is a main function. Okay, you need to create a main function, so that what will happen, even if there are multiple classes and where one class is interacting with the other class, the execution will start with the main function only. So let's create that main function, which is, I need to specify what type I mean, what will be the scope of the particular main class, whether it is public or private or whatever it is, public, and after that it is a static one, and the return type is void. Okay, like in even in C language you specify, right, whether it is an integer return type or string return type. In case of main, it will be void. Main will not be returning anything. So in main, and write the main function, and after that here I'll be writing string args. Okay, if you consider string args is basically used for when you're passing any things from command line. Okay, at that time it will be useful. For now you can just ignore it. You'll be learning regarding it more in when you go to the feature classes. And here you can just write a simple printing statement, which is system.out.println. Okay, and here I'll be just writing my name, which is Subhash, and I'll be using a semicolon here. Hello. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. I'll be using an semicolon here, which is println. Okay, I think. the issue with respect to compiler. Okay, let me run the code. Taking time. You can see hello world is getting printed. Sorry, I think it's running some other program. Just give me a minute. Let me change to this program, which is Java. It's running main file directly. Java C. Let me compile it first. Sample.java. Okay, there is no compilation error. So let's try to check execute that particular. If you see properly now, a dot class file is created. So in order to execute this dot class file, I'll be writing Java sample. That's it. Okay, you run that. Okay, there is some kind of an error. Just a minute. Method not found in class sample. Please define a main method. Sorry, just a minute. Let's try with this small main. It's small m. I gave a large. I gave the bigger one. Since I have made some changes with respect to the code, I need to compile it again. Okay, once the compilation is done, you can execute it. Okay, compilation is done. So let me execute again. So you can see my name is getting printed. So in this way, you can just create a simple Java file where, as I told, every class will have an what is the time? Okay, every Java file, every Java is a file is an should have an object. So for object for this particular class is being created by Java compiler automatically. So you don't need to create that. All you need to do is you need to just create the class, and inside a class you need to write a main method, and inside the main method you can do all your set of operations that you want to do. Okay. So now coming to the future of Java, okay, like as I told, right, like Java, most of them are thinking that Java is just getting depleted, or there's no future in Java or something. Okay, no, it doesn't work in that way. Okay, in now Oracle are when the product was purchased by Oracle, they had a very strong intention that we should not leave Java in this way. We have to upgrade it as much as fast, and we should add some more features where in future they are planning to introduce microservices. Okay, where microservices in which you can deal with cloud, IoT, artificial intelligence, and all those things. For now, they have not introduced yet. Okay, for like even before 2018 or something, like when Oracle purchased, there was no full stack development. Okay, like Spring and Hibernate, it was not part of it. And later, after 2018 or 2017, I guess they just introduced. They even introduced different frameworks for web development. Okay, so in the similar way, I hope they will improve and introduce microservices where you can deal with artificial intelligence, machine learning, not only in Python but also in Java. Okay, they are planning to do that. And apart from that, nowadays DevOps are increasing. Like there are few set of tools that comes into DevOps, like Sonar Cube, or if you are not sure like what is Sonar Cube and what is DevOps tools, you can just go later once the session is over. You can just go through, like when there is a particular kind of release, okay, product release in your company, most of them will be following the DevOps approach, where like in DevOps approach, there are set of tools which will be, I mean, your code will be scanned among the set of tools, and from those tools, if the output is output, or if the code quality is correct, or it is better, only then to release it, otherwise to not release it. Those kind of release process. Okay, so there are a few set of tools like Sonar Cube, code coverage, and check marks, and there are a few set of things you can just go through. You can just go through after the session. Okay, where nowadays, like most of the companies are using DevOps approach for the release process. So as the DevOps approaches increases, even for the Java developers, the Java developers, their jobs will also increase. So I hope it will increase. Okay, for nowadays, like not high amount, there's not high amount of demand, but it is increasing day by day, the DevOps feature. And apart from that, as I told, full stack development, this is the main boom in Java nowadays. I mean, like nowadays, you can see everyone, you can see like they'll be telling full stack development with respect to Spring Boot, Hibernate, or different frameworks in Java. Okay, and that is possible only by Oracle, because they thought that, sorry, because they thought that we should not stop we should not deplete, or we should not end the Java in this way. That's why they are trying to improve Java features day by day, and I hope they will. I mean, I hope Java will go to their first positions one or other day. And apart from that, you can even use Java in Android development and iOS app developments, and you can use GUI based application creation of GUI based applications and all those things. And game development, why have I listed in the last is because most of them prefer to use other languages for game development, because in game development in Java is bit difficult. Okay, like bit difficult, and program is bit complex to understand and do all those stuff. That's why I have listed game development at the end. But the main focus is on the machine introduction of machine learning with Java, not only Python. Okay, this is the feature of Java. And apart from that, yeah, let's just go through the course, like what you will be learning in this particular what you'll be learning in this particular course and all those things. Okay, first thing is that this is a syllabus. I think they would have even shared with you as well. So first we'll be just going through the introduction. After that, the basic introduction to the programming languages, like what is JVM, what is JDK, JRE, and what are the features and all those things, and how to execute a normal application. All those things we'll be learning. And after that, you'll be learning some set of fundamentals, like what are variables, keywords, identifiers, and all those things. And after that, you'll be learning like how to deal with the control structures. Control structures means looping, like for loops, while loops, and if else blocks. And apart from that, you'll be learning how to deal with input and output fundamentals. Like till now, like what we did, like we were just executing it in the terminal, okay, like normal CMD. But in here, you'll be learning like a different ways of getting the input from the user, and different ways of different devices we can output it, and all those things we'll be learning. And apart from that, here where actual game starts, where you'll be learning regarding the OOPS concepts in detail, in much more detail, where you'll be learning how to create a constructor, and how to create a normal class and everything, how to make it secure, and all those things you'll be learning in OOPS concepts. And apart from that, you'll be learning command line arguments, where, as I told, right, in the program, I told you that the string args, okay, this is related to command line arguments. Like, and in that particular chapter, you'll be learning like how to pass the command line arguments to your program, and how to use those passed arguments in your program, and all those things you'll be learning in module number 7. And in module number 8, you'll be learning something called exception handling. Exception handling, like there are two types of errors. Okay, when you consider errors, there are two types of errors. One is compile time error, and other one is runtime error. Okay, compile time error basically focuses on the syntax. Okay, like whether you have written the Java in proper syntax or not. But in case of runtime error, it mainly focuses on your logic that you have written. Okay, whether your written logic is proper or not, whether there are any some kind of a loopholes or something. Okay, so in exception handling, you will be dealing how to deal with the runtime errors. Okay, runtime errors, like the how to handle the runtime errors. What is the wrong? What is the issues with with respect to your logic, and all those things you'll be learning. And as I told, multi-threading, the very important concept in Java, you'll be learning how to create multiple threads, how to assign different operations to different threads, and how you will be making sure that one thread doesn't cross the other, I mean, like cross the other thread, and all those things you'll be learning. Okay. So you'll be learning multi-threading in much detail in this course. And apart from that, you'll be learning something called inheritance, and one of the OOPS concepts, inheritance. And after that, you'll be here from here. I think you'll be learning all the OOPS concept one by one. First, you'll be learning is something called inheritance, and after that, abstract classes. Like what are the main difference between normal class and abstract class? And after that, polymorphism. And all these things are part of some of the concepts which come under OOPS. You'll see in which you'll be learning in detail. And coming to the packages, like till now we have seen like how to import the existing packages. Like we'll just import if there are some packages provided by Java, we'll be just importing them, and we'll be just using them. But in case of package module, you will be creating your own package, and you will be importing your package in the uh, in your set of other set of programs. I'll be even telling you like how to host your own package in the websites as well. Okay. And apart from that, the last and most important one, which is garbage collection. Okay, even this concept was introduced by Java only. Now everyone are other programming languages are using that particular module. Okay, garbage collections means basically like there is no need for you to specifically free the assigned memory. that will be taken care of garbage collection. So we'll be learning like how the garbage collection is happening and all those things. So this is what you will be learning in this particular course. So